Summer is here, and if you've ever had your makeup melt, separate, or disappear after just a few hours in the heat, this video is for you. Today I'm sharing the techniques I use to make my makeup last on hot summer days. It's not just about using long-wearing products, it's also about how you apply them. So let's get started. The first step is skin prep. And honestly, this can make a huge difference. If you're spending time outdoors, like I do, don't forget sunscreen. A lightweight formula that works well under makeup is ideal because it protects your skin without making your base feel heavy. Another key step that will make sure our makeup won't move throughout the day is using a sticky primer that will put on everything else that comes after it together. For hot summer days, I prefer using an eye base that it will not move around and will be a perfect base for the eyeshadows and will not crease throughout the day. Then foundation. One mistake I think a lot of people make is applying too much product, especially when they want their makeup to last longer. In reality, thinner layers usually wear much better. I like starting with a small amount and adding more only where I need extra coverage. I mainly focus the foundation around the center of my face where I usually have more redness or uneven skin tone. And then I blend everything outward. This keeps the edges looking soft and natural, and the makeup feels much more lighter on the skin. Before moving on to the concealer, I rather start with a bronzer and blush. So then using concealer, I can have better control on the products that I use on my skin. I love using cream contour because it blends beautifully into the skin. One thing that really helps is blending everything upward instead of dragging the products downward. It gives the face a softer and more lifted look. Next comes blush. During summer, I still like my skin to look fresh and healthy. So I usually choose shades that add a natural glow instead of looking overly shiny. A little really goes a long way here, and it's much easier to build up the color than to remove too much of a blush. The same goes for concealer. I only apply it where I actually need it, like under the eyes or on any areas that still need a little more coverage. Again, using less product usually gives a more natural finish and helps prevent creasing throughout the day. Now that the base is done and we've added some dimension back to the face, it's time for powder. You don't have to powder your entire face. In fact, I usually avoid doing that because I still want my skin to look fresh. Instead, I focus on the areas where I tend to get oily, like under my eyes, around my nose, the center of my forehead, and around my mouth. This keeps the makeup in place without making the skin look flat. If I'm using a powder blush, I like adding a light layer over my cream blush. Layering cream and powder products together helps the color stay vibrant for much longer throughout the day. For the eyes, I'm keeping everything really simple because I want the makeup to be easy to wear even on a hot summer day. I'm starting with a soft transition shade to add a little bit of definition, and then I'm using a shimmery bronzy shade across the lid. Instead of a traditional eyeliner, I'm softly defining my lash line with eyeshadow. I find that this gives a much softer look than a sharp liner, and it's very forgiving. I love using bronzy tones in the summer because they catch the light beautifully without looking overdone, and they're also really quick to apply. Wear brown eye pencil first to make sure that it will stay throughout the day. And second, to have a soft and cohesive eye look at the end. Also tight lining using the same pencil. Then to have a double secure eye look, I'm going on with the same shade of eyeshadow to then keep everything together and in place for a longer time in hot summer days. Finally, I like adding just a little highlight to the high points of my face, nothing too intense, just enough to give a skin healthy glow when the light hits it. Now let's finish the lips. To make lip color last longer, I like starting with a lip liner. That way, even if the lipstick fades a little during the day, there's still some color underneath. Then I finish with a lipstick. Depending on the look I'm going for, I still want my lips to feel comfortable, especially during summer. And that's the finished look. As you can see, creating long-lasting summer makeup isn't about applying lots of extra products. It's mostly about using light layers, building the coverage gradually, and setting everything in the right order. Those small techniques really make the biggest difference when you want your makeup to stay looking fresh all day. I hope you found these tips helpful. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more makeup tutorials and beauty content. Thanks so much for watching, and I see you in my next video.